Good morning, guys. Welcome to Morning on the Farm. Always the first one to come and say hello. Always. So everybody's having breakfast. Welcome to a time when there's no grass. We're done with the grass. It's a sad time on the day-by-day farm. But I noticed that Penny's lost a little bit of weight. Stormy Boy's lost weight. And even Lady's lost a little bit of weight. Other than Storm, you're probably all thinking, yeah, they all needed to lose weight. So they have a round bale now. In hindsight, we probably should have got the round bale a month ago, or at least a couple of weeks ago. But Sam's been feeding them hay on top of the grass as well as the grass. And it obviously wasn't enough. But that's called animal husbandry. You just have to keep watching, looking, and you notice instantly when something isn't working, and then you fix it. And that's what we did. That's what we're doing. I like that. I'm designed for that. Ugh, these boys always destroying their place. But it's true. Like, I always see everything. Like, I have an eye for detail. Not an eye for perfectionism. I can recognize when something is perfect. But I notice stuff. I notice, like, when our animals gain and lose weight really quickly. And Sam does not. So that's why we're such good partners. Anyway, it's another glorious day on the farm. Another attempt at breeding these two. And there's the chicken. Did he get you? Or are you just tired of him? She really likes him. They are like, they play together. She loves him. I don't think she was in heat yesterday, but she was showing some signs, and I can't tell. Our goats are acting so weird right now. So weird. Literally doing this thing where they're short cycling constantly. So, like, they start to come into heat, and then they come into heat like a week later. Like, I don't even know if it's short cycling. This year has been a crazy year for them going into heat. I'm just doing the best I can with the breeding. I feel like it's God's way of saying, you can plan, but what's meant to happen is gonna happen. Get in there, Posy. But same with the piggies, about the animal husbandry. I have to just, like, pigs are hard. You just have to watch them all the time. You would think that by the time they're mature, you just give them the same amount of food every single day, but it doesn't work like that. Because in wintertime, babes, in wintertime, they need way more food. In summertime, they need way less food. So I'm, like, watching them always. I notice when they get a little bit chubby, and I dial it back a tiny bit. I notice when they get a little bit pudgy, and then I dial it, and then wait, you know what I'm trying to say. Animal husbandry, it's a full-time job. But not only is it a full-time job, it's a mental job. It's a mental load. So, especially you women out there, you guys know. The physical stuff is nothing. You got it. It's like, you got it, your body has it memorized. You just go out there and you do your stuff. You do the chores, you do the stuff. It's the actual mind stuff that you have to keep a running total in your mind all the time. Like, look at Miss Posy girl. I think she looks perfect. And look at him. I think he looks perfect. In fact, I think he could even use a little bit more. All right, ladies. Let's get you out. Hi, Hazel. She's such a shy, timid little thing, but she's so cute. Out you go. Out you go. Hi, kitty. So I basically finished Joseph's story in the Bible, and hold on here. I do not want everybody getting pregnant. So you gotta go in there. Good boy. And you can go with your girl. She's like, yes, I am. Super fast. So I'm going to tell you a paraphrase of Joseph's story in the Bible because it's so relevant to everyday life for all of us. I already told Sam, I tell him every single story that I finish reading in the Bible. He gets so mad because he already knows it. When you grow, he's Catholic, and when you grow up in Catholic school, you hear every story of the Bible, whether you read it or not. You live them, breathe them, like you study them. So anyways, but reading it from the Bible was really different for me, really special for me. But basically, I just told him today against his wishes, and again, probably against your wishes. I told him about how Joseph used to have prophetic dreams, and he dreamed that one day he was going to be the leader of them all, and his brothers hated that because who wants to hear that someone's going to be better than you or bigger than you? And so they contemplated killing him, and instead they sold him to another group of people, and he ended up being charged with some crimes that he didn't do, and he ended up in jail for a few years. And in jail he got a name for himself as being a dream interpreter, and because he was so good at interpreting dreams. And he ended up being taken out of jail and risen up by the Pharaoh of Egypt and given over to be in charge of all of the land. His prophecy, the dream that he had when his brothers tried to kill him, came to pass. And one day, many years later, so he ended up interpreting a dream for the Pharaoh, where he would have 7 years of good luck, of good harvest, and then he would have 7 years of famine. And because of that dream, they were able to save so much food from the 7 years of good, so that nobody starved in the 7 years of famine. And during the famine, his family, his brothers, that tried to kill him in the beginning, they all came back to him to get food. And he said to them, this is the important part, you guys, he said to them, even though you tried to kill me, and even though you sold me off, and even though I spent years in jail, it was all God's will. Like, don't feel bad about all the bad things that you did to me, because it was all God's will, because it was all meant for me to save everyone's lives, because without him being able to interpret that dream, they would all perished over those 7 years of famine. And so he had so much love in his heart for them, and so much good in his heart for them. And it's just so inspirational, because there are so many people out there that have wronged you and wronged me and wronged each other. We're all out there wronging each other all the time. But I think it's important to always remember that everything that happens to you is a part of God's plan. Every single thing, the good, the bad, all of it's a part of God's plan. And once you start thinking like that and believing that, like, it can make you cry. Like, if you look back over your life and you see all the hardships, how they've made you who you are now, like, holy heck, some hard stuff has had to happen to me for me to get to a place that I never dreamed that I would be. And that's not saying that I'm in a good place or that I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. I still have a lot to learn. I'm like at the very beginning of who I want to be. But man, all those times I've been wronged and all those times I've felt hurt, they have really shaped me into being a better person. Anyways, that's it. I'm off my religious thing today. I'm going to start the next story. Today I just finished this morning, so I will let you guys know. Keep you guys posted. I'm sorry if you don't really like Bible stories, but they're so important to me. Like, when I read it, I'm riveted, and every single second I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so powerful. Like, how it reflects on my own life. Every single story reflects on my own life, and I just want to share it with you guys, because anytime something is important to me, I like to share it with people. Anyway, welcome to today's video. Our goats even are looking a little bit thinner. Like, what the heck? I mean, not some of them. Like little Cricket over there, she's a chunk. But even that little Winnie, she's looking a little bit thinner. Which, going into breeding season, I don't want them to be super chubby. And it's funny how that happens. Like, I see them and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so fat, I have to fix this, and then I decrease their food a tiny bit, and then like a week later they're a little bit thinner, and then I'm like, oh, they're thin, I can't have them thin. Like, that's my struggle, and it's my ADHD, I'm telling you. Like, it affects you in so many ways you don't even think. I can't look at an animal and it be thin, because it stresses me out so much, because it's a job, it's a worry, it's something I have to complete, it's something I have to fix, and that's like a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. And when I see them and they're a little bit thin, even if they're just normal, I feel the pressure of it. Does that make sense? Like, it's just that, I don't know how to explain it. Like, that's just how my brain works. I'm ready for Posey. I'm gonna get something. Because she is a devil. There you go. Good girl. I hate this metal thing in the ground. Do you see it? Well, could we get a different one? Like, so this is what closes that door, keeps the door closed. Oh. All it is just sitting there on the ground. It's not even doing anything. We've never opened this door. It's screwed up top? Yeah. So that thing is really not doing anything then. It doesn't. It's just literally sitting on the ground. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it now. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna let your mom out now. Your mom is annoying. She's like, let me out. Do you guys know that when I try and mix up their order, like if I try and let Tilly out before Blossom, she throws a fit because that's not the pattern. Watch out. Watch out, little girls. Well, you guys eat a lot. Come on, out you go. So if I mix up the routine, she will not go out. Uh-oh. She's still the boss, Tilly, but she's a kind leader. And now these guys are pushed off the feed. So while I have a ton of stuff to do around the farm today because we have 6 days until our big Thanksgiving, and it's going to be a huge Thanksgiving. Like, one son isn't able to come. He's the one with no kids, and because he moves really far. Like, they'll all be moving far, you guys. He's like 4 hours away. One is 3 hours away. They're coming. One is like half an hour away, and they're coming. All my sisters and all my brother, well, my one brother, all my sisters and my brother, and a lot of our family, just the family that's local. We have lots of family that's not local, but our family, so many of them are coming. I'll do a big count and see how many actually ended up coming. But because of that, we have a ton of shopping to do, like a ton. It's gonna be a potluck and everybody's bringing something, but you know how like every year I do the same foods on Thanksgiving. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if that's what everybody else does, but that's what my family did, and I love it. So we always have turkey and ham and potatoes, mashed potatoes and gravy and cheese and pickles and olives, and we do this jello dish, and we have salad, and then we have trifle for dessert and pies every single year. So even though that's what I always have and that's what we always do, everybody's bringing different things. We have like a Facebook group where everybody's on it and they're like posting what they're gonna bring. I still want to have all of those same basic things. Like I still want to have all the main dinner, because some people are bringing pies and somebody's bringing stuffing, and so there's a few things that people are bringing from the traditional dinner I usually bring, but then other people are bringing things that I don't know how to explain it. I'm not good at explaining things, but I want to still have the main dinner plus all the extras that other people are bringing. So I have a lot of shopping to do, so we're gonna head out. We're gonna do that. I should wake up Gabby first. Gabby likes to go shopping. But look at the leaves. The leaves are looking so gorgeous. Before we go shopping though, I want to show you our turkey, our Tom turkey, because he's the biggest one we've ever grown. So before I show you, I wanted to tell you guys that we have heritage turkeys. So basically what a heritage turkey means is that heritage turkeys usually grow way slower than a regular turkey, and they are supposed to taste way better because they have like a layer of fat between the meat that a regular turkey doesn't have. And so these are heritage turkeys, so they grow slower, and this guy's only been born since the spring. And our last turkey, which wasn't as big as this guy, was born, he was 1.5 years before we butchered him. Okay, hold on, I just gotta get fresh water first. Hey, look, I have an apple. You coming out? I left the light on in there and they always go in. You coming out? All right, so that's a little girl. That's another little girl. So they're small. It sucks that they're gonna be butchered this fall because they're just tiny little turkeys. You don't like the green? Hey, that's my bracelet. All right, here you go. Look, I have 2 apples for you. So one is bigger than the other, but they're still tiny. Look, here. It's yummy. You can get out. Okay, look at how big he looks though. Oh, maybe he's tiny. I thought he looked huge, but he doesn't. It's just with his feathers pumped up. But actually, he does look bigger than the other one, I think. These are the only birds we have left, though. So a huge part of having Thanksgiving or having any people over to our farm is always that they want to come and see our animals. So part of the time when people are here always ends up being about the animals. So we bought 3 packages of carrots because we ran out of treats, and we're going to use them for people to give the horses at Thanksgiving. We also go through a ton of water. This water, though, is literally just for our girls. Even though we have like a water cooler and they drink water from that, they love drinking from bottles. No, that's not the best way because it creates so much waste, but I can't help it. They just are obsessed. They drink so much water when we have bottles, and I love them drinking water. There's so many jobs that I need to get done around the farm before we can even really start preparing for our big dinner. And one of the things is that I want to find a really nice spot to take pictures. I want to take one huge family picture on the farm. I need to find a spot that you don't have to worry about the sun. I want to put up some hay bales and some pumpkins. Tomorrow is the last of the heat wave that's been plaguing us. We'll have had 3 days of heat wave. So I'm gonna try and empty this garden now. Get rid of it. This is the first garden I've ever had, and well into October. I have systematically eaten all these tomatoes myself because well, Sam eats them, but he doesn't eat them as much as I eat them. It's time for the horses to go off the hay, so we're doing something new this year. We want to maintain a health status. Last year they ate the round bale all day, every day, forever. And this year we're going to take them off for a few hours each day. Not a ton, because we want them to maintain a good weight, but we don't want them just standing around eating all the time. And in the winter we'll gauge that differently based on how cold it is, because if it's really cold they're going to need to eat more. But even horses that are fed from like a square bale, they don't eat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even in the winter. See if she'll follow Sophie. Everybody else left. He just has to say, come on, let's go. But not Penny. Penny is the lead mare. There we go. She's gonna fight her. There we go. That was easy. Say goodbye to the garden, you guys. I'll show you guys in a minute. All these vegetables are gonna be gone. Let me tell you, there's a lot. I don't know if you guys can see all the little red and orange. I'm even gonna pick the green ones. You might think that that is all the tomatoes left inside my garden, but you'd be wrong. I had to put them all in my pockets, and I dropped some along the way. All right, that's one pocket. Things like tomatoes, a lot of vegetables actually, you can pick them while they're green, and they will, in the right conditions, ripen over time inside in a dark place. As long as they have a ripe fruit in with them. And that's it, people. And there's still more out there. I just couldn't pick anymore. I couldn't carry anymore. And I dropped a few along the way. I'm really excited to have fried green tomatoes again. They are my absolute favorite food right now. Every Sunday we try and have like a big meal or like something that we'll have leftovers throughout the beginning of the week. And I have been addicted to food lately. Like every time I see something, I'm like, oh, I can just fall in love with it. So I saw on Facebook, one of my friends had a roast beef dinner with Yorkshire pudding and mashed potatoes and gravy. I hate mashed potatoes, but my body's been craving it all day. So Sam is making that for dinner. So I'm gonna save myself for that. Save the green tomatoes for tomorrow or for another day. But that's the final harvest of my garden.
Don't you know